for. Now you know what? Quite recently, if I'm not too mistaken, I'm pretty sure the brother Zion Lexx dropped a video attacking. I'm pretty sure he was attacking you, Tazaryach, and the Messianic Hebrews. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm gonna put it out there. I'm pretty sure I saw something like that, and I'm pretty sure the brothers dropped something on you as well, polite. And so far, I ain't seeing no responses. Some people say that you're both ducking, hiding, and running. So this is controversial time. So I want to know. First of all, I want to go to Tazaryach. I need to go to Tazaryach first, and then I'm going to take it over to Brother Polite. I want to know.
The monster America created. America got twisted. A piece of everybody.
You gonna go back, turned up like Sarnetta in UK.
Yeah. And listen. So I want to know: are you ducking and running from Zion Lexx, and what is the contention between the non-Messianic Hebrews and the Messianic Hebrews?
Okay. First of all, he must be having a build-up to the controversy, because that ain't controversy. I thought he was going to talk about something else, which is the elephant in the room. But when it comes to Zion Lexx, particularly, he's a whore to me, personally. If I'm going to keep it 100. This is why y'all should not give me the mic when we talk about certain things. To me, he's just a whore. To me, he's a media whore. He's an attention whore. Whatever, you look up the word whore in the dictionary, and there's a big picture of Zion Lexx's face on there. From the moment that nobody knew him. So you could really say this is Nasi's fault, because Nasi introduced him to the world. And I said this to Nasi personally, so it's not like I'm, talking about him behind his back. Nasi introduced that brother to the world. He started talking about perfect circles. He started talking about all kind of nonsense or whatever. He pulled the Grammys and everything. And whether it's true or false is not the point of what me bringing it up. And then February 8th came, and he said nothing. And I believe that from that moment up until he was supposed to do that debate with Seti, he's been wanting the spotlight by any means necessary. And so he chose to, I think in last summer, he chose to put out a tape where he was going at the Hebrews and something like that. And the saddest part about it is we actually, now I'm going to speak for every Israelite. I'm going to speak for every Israelite now because I can do that. We actually showed that cat love. He wrote a book. When I went to this event that they had at the Joel bookstore, he was there. I met him, shook his hand. He had a book that he was selling. I even purchased his book just to get a brother some support. You understand what I mean? So now, if you have any alt, messianic, non-messianic, whatever you want to call it, the scriptures say you're supposed to go to him. You understand? So if there was a time where he wanted to discuss his issues with the New Testament, there are plenty times that he's been around the brothers, he could have addressed it then. But he chose to do it in the YouTube fashion. That's why I be saying that YouTube is the devil. Like, it's a gift and a curse. YouTube is good, but then it's bad because anybody can become famous on YouTube. So he chose to do his little thing. He went down to Sarnetta, and I'll never forget, I coined the phrase little P. Little P is because Zion Lexx wants to be like polite, straight up, period. He wants that position. He wanted to be there. So I coined the phrase little P. It stuck with him because everybody in Israel and the conscious community calls him little P. So I named that little nigga. So anyway, but when it came to consistently responding to him, I actually spoke to him one-on-one. Like when, he made his little tape, Sarnetta called me. I've never actually made a tape at that time directly going at Zion. I spoke to him on the phone one-on-one. I said, I ain't going to say nothing else about you. You don't say nothing else about me, which, of course, he reneged on. At that point, I just seen the lack of brotherhood, the lack of integrity. So the reason why I haven't responded to him is because, number one, he's not on my level. Like, he complained about not speaking February 8th. You know who did speak that was not in the debate? Me, the champ. How many times? No, let me stop. Now, I spoke at the day that he was supposed to speak. I spoke. So to me, he's just not on that level. He's not done nothing. Like I tell Sarnetta all the time, stop putting everybody on your platform if they ain't really done nothing that's worthy of being on that platform, because really everybody wants to battle Tazaryach. Everybody wants to battle a Polite. Everybody wants to battle a Seti. Everybody wants to battle a Unk. Everybody wants to battle Amon Rasquad or Osiris or General Yohana or Ali Muhammad. And I'm naming all of these people because these are names that are known in the community. Whether I agree with them or not, they are names that are known in the community and have done things in the community, good or bad, however you want to look at it. So everybody wants to go for that crown, so to speak. Everybody shouldn't be entitled to that. So I get him talking about me. There's tons of people that talk about, I don't know nobody talk more about than General Yohana, by everybody. And I learned from him. That's why I consider him the leader of black people and one of the greatest men I've known. Because I've seen people talk about him and he say nothing. And so that taught me not to say nothing. You know what I mean? So you're only as good as your teacher, and General Yohana has been the greatest teacher I've had. So that's why I don't address every nut that want to say something. And Zion Lexx is a nut just like anybody. And I guarantee you he uses this to fuel his own little fame. Just because you asked that question. He's going to now make a Tazaryach tape. When Polite respond, he's going to make a Polite tape. And expect to get a spot when he had the damn spot. He joined that damn white boy. Didn't he join the white boy? And got all kind of heat behind that nonsense. And then got on the camera and said it was his hatred of Polite that made him join the white man. Let me tell y'all something. Me and Polite have had differences. I don't know if he Israel or if he a Hamite, depending on what he decided to be. One day his daddy a Panamanian, one day it's something like that, right? Red pill. Whatever one of y'all would ever become my enemies. Now, we all brothers. We all sitting here. We having a decent conversation. There would never be a point to where I would say, let me join the white man to destroy my brother. There would never be that point. So even from that shows you just how weak he is, how thirsty he is, and everything. So he's a whore, and he don't need to be mentioned anymore.